Susan completely supports your right to free speech. She will 100% guarantee that you can make YouTube videos as long as you agree with her fucking bullshit, fucking corporate agenda, censorship, horse shit. And as long as you're a lefty. If you're a lefty, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. You can go down to Walmart, you can go over to fucking all Target and loot it and do all that shit. You can throw Molotov cocktails at people and hit people with you can do all of that shit as long as you're on the left. So, all you center motherfuckers are fucked. All you righties, all you Trump support, you got no place to go. Well, here we are again, doing a quick YouTube video today. It would have been a longer one, but YouTube's laying the smackdown. So I want to take this time to let you know I'll be live tonight. It's Thursday. You know, if you're watching this in the future, I'm sorry, but you probably missed it. But I'm going live tonight on DLIVE to do a podcast at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And so I can talk about all the shit that Susan says I can't talk about. But what we're going to talk about in this video is what Susan fucking expects from me in the future. And we're going to go through it. I'm going to react to it a little bit and then share that shit with you. So let's get into it a little bit. So I don't know if you've been listening lately, but YouTube is continuing to push out commentators and people who talk. You know, it started with pushing false health claims, which destroyed my ability to talk about keto and fasting in a meaningful way, or at the very least shadow ban the fuck out of it. Down to I can't even have fucking opinions on politics and current events and anything that doesn't fit the mainstream. I'm not allowed to talk about on YouTube, apparently. So apparently what's left is I can do my music. I can do my vlogs, which, you know me, I can't, if I'm triggered, it's hard for me. Even in my vlogs, I run my mouth, so who knows how long of a future I have on YouTube. Good thing I'm learning other shit, you know, so there's that. But it's really difficult to think about the future. Like, I've spent the whole last few weeks, you know, learning, you know, I'm studying 3D graphics and sculpting and all kinds of stuff hardcore so that I can make content. Where that content goes in the future, we'll see, you know, but I'll continue to post here on YouTube what's allowed, and anything that's not allowed, that's going to fucking either DLive or live stream. In fact, you know, given this latest news, other than future vlogs or maybe some IRL streams that I might do on YouTube, you know, stuff that won't get me in trouble. But other than that, most of my commentary, I've told you guys repeatedly. Some of you are okay. Some of you are like, well, fuck you, I'm not going there. It's up to you. It really is. If you want to be spoon-fed mainstream horseshit or stuff that, you know, doesn't get you thinking and doesn't get you questioning things, and, you know, if that's your bag, then YouTube is going to be the place for you. They're pushing us little guys out slowly but surely. They've been whittling away at us. They don't want to do it fast. They want to get us out of here nice and slow, because if you do it fast, then we'll take a bunch of people with us. But if they gradually wean you down, you know, eventually you'll just be stuck with, you know, cat videos in mainstream media. You know, that's the direction I think Susan is pushing. But I haven't fully read this yet. You're getting a full reaction to this. But keep in mind, tonight on DLive, 7 p.m., there will be a live stream. And if you missed that, you can go to Odysee. All the links to this shit's in my description. And watch the replay where we get into a lot of the election shit and some coronavirus shit, you know, and we got a lot to talk about tonight. So I hope to see you there. In the meantime, let's talk about this fucking horse shit right here. I can still say fuck on here, right? That's Supporting the 2020 U.S. election by Susan Wojcicki and shit. Updates to our work supporting the integrity of the 2020 U.S. election. Holy shit, there's integrity in the 2020 U.S. election? I didn't know that. Oh, I think I just fucked up already. Well, I'm glad that you've supported manipulating our election and our opinions by letting, you know, filtering what we can and can't see and can't listen to, and, you know, forbid that I hear an opposing viewpoint that to your narrative, or to my narrative for that matter. You know, I mean, so you're essentially saying there'll be no more discussions in the town square. This sounds pretty authoritarian. It sounds a lot like some shit you'd see go on in the Chinese Communist Party. You know, these are all things that aren't American, you know. This is some fucking George Orwell shit. And you have that kind of reach and power right now, YouTube. But make no mistake, there's been a mass exodus from some of these Silicon, now not as big as I'd like, but more and more people have been flocking to Odysee and BitChute and Parler and these alternatives, who are only there, by the way, because of your censorship, Susan. If you stop your bullshit, you'll be on the top still. But if you go the way that you're going, on the path that you're going, you're creating a market and a business opportunity for people who don't want to be fucked with. I already use DuckDuckGo over your fucking search engine simply because I want my unfiltered search engine results. And if I want to watch videos, I look on alternative platforms and see what's going on there. And then I use that to trick your search engine to find newer videos or videos that you've suppressed or repressed. Although let's face it, you're a new embargo algorithm. There's no way past that. If you really want something to disappear, you seem to be able to do that without a problem. You're only creating a market for alternative platforms. Somebody out there wants to make money, and somebody out there knows how to code, and somebody out there knows how to build servers, and somebody out there knows how to use the blockchain, and all of these technologies are able to be direct competitors. And you've quite frankly destroyed your reputation as a search engine and as a content platform, because you are too tightly trying to control what I can and can't listen to. So I listen to a variety of things. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Diversify your content consumption. Don't spend all your time on one platform. Go to some of these alternative platforms and just find a few videos to watch. You'd be surprised at some of the shit you come up with. You might even be offended by some shit you find. But that's okay. It's okay to be offended every now and then. It's okay to have somebody say some shit you don't agree with. I hear it all the time. On all of these alternative platforms, mind you. There's people on there. Vegan Gains is on Odysee. You know, he's still here on YouTube, I think, too. But he's there too. You know, the vegans seem to know what's going on. They don't want to be censored any more than anyone else. So, gee, I wonder why Vegan Gains is... Well, it's because of the censorship. He's probably had multiple videos taken down, blocked. He's probably got strikes here and there. So obviously he's going to have a presence on alternative platforms. And for creators, your numbers coming. Now, if you're safe and you're doing tutorial videos and shit like that, well, you're fine. But if you do anything about opinion or expressing yourself or thinking or having a conversation with your audience, that's being fucked. I mean, their comments are going to be fucked with too. I heard about that recently. So you may think you're safe writing all that fucked up shit in the comments, but you know what? The days of being able to just spew out fucked up shit on the internet apparently seem to be numbered, unless you're on an alternative media platform, of which many of, you know, you can self-moderate. You know, I would love nothing more than to moderate my own shit and moderate my own feed. Unfortunately, Google thinks I'm too stupid to do that, thinks that you are too stupid to do that, and is actively manipulating the content that's thrown in front of your face. Not because they're trying to keep you on the platform, mind you, but because they're trying to push their mainstream narratives and agendas. That's why you see all of these things on YouTube. They are straight up manipulating you. And they're not manipulating you necessarily for profit. They're not even that profitable at it. They're manipulating you to A, keep you watching, and B, steer the ship. The old gatekeeper mentality. Before the fucking internet, you didn't find shit out unless it was in a newspaper or on a fucking television. Otherwise, it's word of mouth, and word of mouth is an incredibly slow way for news to spread. So they want to take away in this new age that word of mouth, which has outpaced mainstream media's ability to keep a lid on shit that they don't want you talking about and they don't want you thinking about. So this is basically a battle for your freedom at this point, and they want to be able to stand between you and opinions they don't like. And that's exactly what's going on. They'll say it under the guise of fake news. Well, guess what? I can't tell you how many debunking stories that you can do on mainstream media who they're pushing to the front. What's the difference between CNN spouting off fucking conspiracy theories for the past 4 years, or, not respecting election results, and what's going on now today? The difference is we're on the wrong side of things, apparently, as far as YouTube's concerned. Over the past weeks and months, we've seen people come to YouTube to learn more about where and how. No one's coming here to learn that. We're coming here to bitch and to fucking talk to each other. That's why we're here. We're not here to learn about the election. We don't need to learn. We can read books on that. There's a whole constitution you can read. There's a whole bunch of shit that you can do to find out. But we're not coming here for that. We're coming here because it's the public discourse. We're coming here to discuss shit. So get it right. We've seen news organizations grow their audience. They must be referring to NTD News and, ONN and stuff like that, because guess what? A lot of people are fleeing mainstream media and going to those because they seem, and I do stress seem, to be doing a better job at journalism than a lot of these mainstream motherfuckers. And if you go and look on like CBS or CNN in their videos, their like ratios are fucking atrocious. And their comment sections, if they allow them to be there, are fucking very telling on people's opinion about mainstream media. Yet Susan still wants to push them to the top. I've been watching NTD News and various other independents who do a lot of digging to get my information, because I cannot trust, and I don't trust them, by the way. I just trust them. They're like the lesser of two evils. When I watch like NTD News, for example, I know they're biased against the Chinese Communist Party and they run a lot of stories on that, but they're not telling me what to think. That's a key. They're not telling me what to think. They're saying this happened, this person said this person did this. Now, could they still be filtering out shit that, and manipulating them there? Absolutely. I don't doubt that. But I feel like I'm watching local news, which isn't exactly unbiased either. It's presented in a dry way. They just show you the clips, and they have reporters all over the place. NTD is just like fucking CNN and all these other fucking news organizations in terms of logistics. In fact, I would argue they probably do more real journalism than these, I'm going to read an article on Twitter and write a story about it, motherfuckers, because we need clicks. They're also on Odysee, and that's a big, it's a big win. So it's a mainstream news outlet, by the way. It's not some dude in a fucking basement. They have a fucking place in New York City. They have a channel on cable TV. Whoever watches that shit anymore. And I'm not a big shill for them. Like I'm saying, I got to get my news from somewhere, and I'd like to get it in as least, telling me what to think or giving me opinion way as possible, or at least less propagandized as possible. So, don't trust anything. Always do your own homework. Always do your own research. And you can't necessarily do that on Google. DuckDuckGo, you know, or looking at these alt tech platforms. A lot of people spend a lot of time doing this research, like Tim Pool, for example. I know some of you don't like him, but and I diverge on opinion on him quite a bit. But he's at least doing the work for you. He's digging this shit up. And then it's up to you to follow up. It's up to you. And by follow up, I don't mean go to factchecker.com and find out what they're going to tell you, because clearly that's corrupt and biased as fuck now. You can't even rely on that. What you can rely on is your ability to find the data. And it's not always easy. Sometimes it's buried 10 pages deep in a search engine. You know, it's not, if you really want to know the truth, it's on you to fucking go out and do it. If you just rely on YouTube to manipulate the information, or mainstream media, or any of these gatekeepers to keep you from information that you can use to make decisions in your life and to form your own opinions, and not just get your opinions spoon-fed to you by the fucking media. Fuck the media, by the way. It's the name of my podcast. Fuck them. All right. And we've seen people turn to YouTube for, okay, we got that. Our main goal into the election season was to make sure we're connecting people with authoritative information, authoritative being the operative fucking word there. I feel like I need to make this a little bigger for y'all. All right. I lost my place. The work here is ongoing. We wanted to provide an update. Removing content that violates our policies. Our community guidelines prohibit spam, scams, and other manipulated media. What's manipulated media? You know, and what's a scam? What do you consider? Who is the arbiter of all of this? Some dude that you're paying $25 an hour in Silicon Valley who just graduated from the leftist fucking media establishment fucking university and is completely fucking corrupted by communist ideology? Is that the person who's making the call on what's a scam and what's spam and what's manipulated media? Who is the arbiter of this? Are you sitting there, Susan, and watching millions of videos every day to figure shit out? Or did you farm that shit out to India? And right now, somebody who knows little about our culture here in the United States is probably sitting there filtering out whether or not you said shit, because they're not paying people here in the United States to do that. Are you kidding me? They're straight up farming it out to the cheapest motherfucker to filter your content. So whenever you fucking get flagged for something and you request a human review, that human's watching 5 more minutes of your video, and then they're gonna be like, fuck it, I'm tired, I gotta go to lunch. Click, banned. You know, that's the quality of the policing of this. And everything else is down to machine learning and algorithms to flag words that you say in your fucking videos to determine whether or not you're a piece of shit and need to be destroyed. Fuck, that was a little triggering. Since September, we've terminated over 8,000 channels. That's 8,000 motherfuckers that are on Odysee and BitChute. You didn't terminate jack shit. They're still making content. As a content creator, I will always make content. Whether or not I put it on your fucking platform, that's up to you. It really is. You are a private company, but that doesn't mean you're the only game in town. I have my own website. I have all of that shit in line so that I'll take some people with me. Now, I won't take everyone with me, but I am growing slowly on Odysee, and I am still growing on DLIVE, believe it or not, even though I've streamed once in the past 3 weeks there. Yet on YouTube, my subscriber base has been shrinking as usual, you know, until it gets to a certain point and then it goes back up. They don't want me to say, hey, you're fucking with me. So they keep me at the same subscriber level for the past couple years, mind you. Yet I still make content here. I don't know. I'm a masochist. Terminated over 8,000 channels and thousands of harmful and misleading election-related. What constitutes that? We just want to know the truth. We want the integrity. We want to know all the information. And just because some information pops up you don't agree with, Susan, doesn't make it right for you to fucking censor it. Or whoever fucking, you know, Gen Z motherfucker that you fucking hired to do that censorship. Some of us been on this earth a little while. We might know a little better than them. Or you farmed it out to another country to do the censorship. Or you left it up to the computer to figure shit out. It's done a very good job so far. I'm really enjoying what pops up in my feed. Fucking... All right, calming down. Over 77% of those removed videos were taken down before they had 100 views. Good job! You're really fucking censoring, motherfuckers. You need a fucking award. I'm developing an award that I can hand to these people for doing such a great job at destroying our way of life and our freedom and our ability to think. You know, until we're all drones working at Walmart, they won't be happy. It's just pretty much how that goes. We also work to make sure that the line between what is removed and what is allowed is drawn in the right place. Our policies prohibit misleading viewers about where and how to vote. Well, I don't ever fucking do that, so maybe I'm safe. We also disallow content alleging widespread, I don't even think I can say this at this point on YouTube without pissing things off. Widespread fuckery. I can say fuckery, right? Because if I say that other F word, I'm going to get it right in my ass. Oh, I can't say that either. It's really interesting trying to police my own fucking speech here on the platform. Let's just say you can't talk about shit unless you accept Joe Biden. That's it. If you accept Joe Biden as your president and commander-in-chief, you can have a YouTube channel on here. Everything else will not be tolerated. I'm dying to see how all the conservative twins and Styx Hexenhammer, who's very alarmed about this as well, and even Tim Pool, who is alarmed as well. And you should be, because I hope you got your ducks lined up, because if you built your entire fortune on fucking YouTube, they're going to take it away. They giveth and they taketh away. However, in some cases, that has meant allowing controversial views on the outcome of or process of counting votes of current election as officials have worked to finalize counts. So you're giving us a little bit of leeway we can talk a little bit of shit. But if we step over the line and give our opinion based on those evidence, then we're fucked. But if we present something that's indisputable or incontrovertible, you'll still probably fuck us over. But, depends on context, I guess. You guys apparently seem to be really good at context and figuring out opinion versus fact and fake news versus people just talking shit. We're not allowed to do that publicly anymore. You got to keep that shit at home. Can't even go to the bar and do that shit anymore. I can't do any of that. Can't go sit in a restaurant with people and bullshit that people you don't know. That's all gone. Can't walk up to people because you're fucking all masked up and shit. You can't you don't want to deal with anybody because, they might have the virus and then, So what's left? They've pretty much pushed us and separated us and divided us and kept us apart. And this is just one step forward to whatever fucking their great reset and final agenda that they're pushing towards, and they're fucking winning, people. I don't know if you looked around lately. I walked around outside and I was like, fuck, they're winning, Yesterday was the safe harbor deadline for the U.S. presidential election. Enough states have certified their election results to determine. Apparently you didn't hear the news about the lawsuit, but I'll get into that during the fucking podcast tonight. Given that you will start removing any piece of content uploaded today or any time after that misleads people by alleging, okay, blah, 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 you guys suck. Connecting people to authoritative information. So when you do your searches, this is what's happening. While only a small portion of watch time is election-related content, YouTube continues to be an important source of election news. Fuck you. I don't come to YouTube to find out election news, all right? I dig elsewhere, and they lead me place. Every fucking commentator that I watch is on Odysee at this point. Tim Pool's there, the Quartering's there, NTD is there. I can go to Odysee and not set foot on YouTube, not have to watch any fucking ads or do any of that shit. And they get paid for me viewing over there if they choose to participate in the, cryptocurrency, which, by the way, they should. Last I looked, LBC was up to almost 3 cents. That's a fucking huge boon. I'm waiting for it to drop because I cashed in already. I cashed in over 2.5 cents. Now I'm waiting so I can buy back in. Unfortunately, I might be stuck here because Susan's just fucking driving people to the platform left and right, and LBC's just going up and up and up in value. It happens every time. Every time you see one of these things from YouTube, it's a signal that you might want to start fucking keeping an eye on crypto because people are going there. People are flocking there. You can't stop us. Same way they couldn't stop us from having gatherings in our home. Same thing. You know, you can't fucking stop us, Susan. You're going to just kill your own platform. You're going to destroy YouTube. You know, or just leave it as like a Udemy site, pretty much, where you can come and watch educational content and authoritative news. So basically a combination of TV and online learning. Congratulations, YouTube. You're really good at that, by the way. I'm learning a lot of 3D shit here on YouTube. That's where I'm coming for that information, because that's the only fucking information you're not fucking with. If I want to learn about the election, I have to balance it out with a little bit of YouTube, a little bit of Odysee, a little bit of BitChute, a little bit of fucking, you know, digging on the web, on non-Google platforms. And then I get a balanced opinion, or going to Parler and seeing what all the conservatives are up to, because that's pretty much all that, you know, we've divided the social media into conservative and left. That's how divided we are, people. But we'll get into that a little more later. So yeah, most viewed channels and videos are from news like NBC and CBS. Fuck you. I don't click those except every once in a while when I see their clickbait title and I want to check the like ratio in the comments, and I stay there just long enough to do that for the most part. Or if I want to be triggered. If I want to be triggered, that's when I click on those. Especially CBS lately. They've been coming on the fucking virus hard for a while. And it's all manipulation, people, and fear-mongering and keeping you scared for clicks. And that's what we're seeing here. But I'll talk about that more in the podcast tonight. We also showed information panels linking to Google election results and we also said that if we fact-checked everybody completely out of context in most places. Associated Press to the Cyber Security and Infrastructure Security Agency's rumor control page. This is fucking some Orwell shit here. For debunking election integrity misinformation, aka any opinion that doesn't fucking align with the mainstream narrative as set forth by these motherfuckers here. So these, if you don't agree with mainstream media, you are at risk of having your channel completely destroyed. Some of you have been at it a long time. I've been at it over 5 years now, actually longer if you consider I had a channel a long time ago. Some of you guys don't know that, but yeah, I've been a YouTuber since the beginning. But I had a channel in the early days that I got pissed off and I deleted. Still, I think the corpse of that channel is still around. You can probably find it, but there's no videos on it. I took all the videos off. I still have all the videos, most of which I couldn't publish today. Imagine that. So there's that. Well, I couldn't publish here. Maybe I'll start a nostalgia channel on Odysee at some point, and I'll just repost all that content. You guys can see how fucked up I was in the old days. I'm considering it, but I haven't made a decision on that yet. Fact check information. Okay, bottom line. I can't talk about a lot of shit on YouTube. I've been really treading the line. In fact, I believe since they're not retroactive, hopefully, if they don't go retroactive on this policy, which they might because they tend to do stupid shit like that. But they're saying every new video. So I can't just talk about this very controversial thing that is our country and our way of life is at stake here, and I can't talk about it on YouTube without risk of destroying 5 years of building this channel. You know, and I'm still a little guy. I'm not a big YouTuber, and I don't think they'll ever let me become a big YouTuber. They'll keep me here to keep some people here, but they're not keeping me here because they like me. They're keeping me here because they want to keep you here. That's it. Because they know if they get rid of me, then there's another chunk of people that are going to be kind of disenfranchised as one of their, YouTubers they watch has to move. It is possible, people. We've seen precedent for this. If you go look back at Howard Stern and the whole censorship of him back in the day, this was before internet was really big. You know, he moved to another platform, completely another platform, and he made that platform for many years. He fell out by the wayside later on, in my opinion, and I stopped listening to him. But in those days, I wanted to hear what he had to say, and I subscribed right up to fucking satellite radio just for his content, as did several million other people. So much so that his ratings on satellite radio eclipsed any free content you could get on the mainstream radio. We're going to see that again, people. Unless they get into government and destroy the internet through legislation, which is possible. It's one of the other things at stake here. I don't know that I'm not ready to call the battle in one way or another. There's still an ongoing fight, but we'll talk about that during the live stream. But what the fuck do I know? You know, I've spent a whole lot of time here on YouTube. I will continue to produce content here. But I'm really going to be worried about what I post on YouTube. If I'm extra triggered, and some of you really like extra triggered, and I think that video isn't going to fly with Susan, I can't put it here. I just can't. It's not by choice. I would put all my shit here. It's very convenient and easy as a content creator to post on YouTube. I'd go live here. They weren't taking 30%. By the way, DLIVE only takes like 5%, 6%, 7%. I don't know. Last I looked, not a whole lot. It's a lot less than 30%. And here I am contemplating memberships. You know, memberships setting up takes a lot of work. I have to come up with icons and stickers and things that you can post and all of that. And they take 30% of the memberships. So Susan, if you want me to do all of that work to bring you revenue, you got to stop fucking me. All right? It's really that simple. Stop fucking me. And I'll put more eggs in your basket. You know, I'm holding off on the membership thing. You know, which I would hope would bring, you know, if I can show YouTube I can make a little money for them, then maybe they wouldn't fuck with me as much. Maybe they'd even let new people find me. That would be cool. Which they don't do right now. At least not easily. You know, what do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. How do we fight this? I don't want to see YouTube go this way. I really don't. This platform gave me a lot of inspiration. And I've learned a lot here. I don't hate YouTube. I despise Susan and her policies and those people that have corrupted YouTube over the years. But the platform itself holds a deep place in my heart. I consume a lot of content here today, still. Especially when it comes to educating myself on things. But apparently, if I want to have an opinion, or I want to hear the opinions of others, some of whom I agree with, some of whom I disagree with, that's being fucked with. And they did it for keto and fasting. Like, I don't find good. I find mainstream shit when I look for keto shit, which I don't really do anymore on YouTube. You know, I figure I've pretty much learned all I can learn about keto. It's just a matter of sticking to the shit and not, which I haven't very well. I'll get back to it. Don't worry. You know, what can I say? Please like and subscribe for more shit. And I'll make more shit until Susan finally lands the banhammer on my forehead. If you like this video and my podcast and anything else I do, and you want me to continue to spend lots of time doing it, please head to ScottTheTruckDriver.com and leave a tip in the virtual tip jar. Because if you do it here, then Susan takes 30% of that, and I don't think she's earning it today. So I discourage you. I mean, if you want, you can do it here on YouTube, but just keep in mind you're paying Susan for this bullshit. Sign up on ScottTheTruckDriver.com for my free email list. And I sent out an email already today to give people forewarning that I am going live tonight. And I'm also letting you know here. And I'll also be sending things here and there. I'm working on some music here and there. I'm working on some animations, maybe some art. Yeah, I'm working on art and shit. And I'm going to be working on the website gradually as time goes on, because I am looking at a little bit of a paradigm shift for the website, which I feel like my website is, other than the tip jar and the email list, doesn't have a lot to offer. So I'm going to be looking at that in the future, because that's my platform. I can do what I want there. You might not find it on Google, but, you know, if you're looking for Scott the Truck Driver shit, that's where you're going to land. If you search Scott the Truck Driver, even if you search Scott the Truck Driver on Google, all one word, I pop right up. So I rank on my own name. That's great. If you search for election opinions or keto and fasting, you probably aren't going to find me. Just saying. So sign up for the free email list to keep in touch, and I can communicate, send you things, send you stuff, digital stuff. But still, I create a lot of digital content. I do music, I do art, I do 3D graphics, I do animations, I do short films, I do a lot of stuff. And I will reward you occasionally by sharing some of that with you, like a song here and there. As for those of you asking about my music, I've had multiple requests for me to start selling my music. And by selling, not necessarily just selling it so you can download and listen to it, I'd like to, have my music used royalty-free in projects, so purchasing a royalty-free license, essentially, for downloading my music. That's what I'm working on. I've decided that the Midlife Crisis album I will fully release royalty-free. Not yet, but I will put a document in with the music, throw it in a zip file, and allow you to purchase it on ScottTheTruckDriver.com to start with. And if I feel like there's enough desire for my music, I may expand to marketing it on other platforms. But for now, I got my own little store, my own little place. I pay a lot of money for that website. I need to start utilizing it properly. So, yeah, look forward to royalty-free music coming soon, along with royalty-free graphics and art. And I'm really expanding. I kind of got a vision for where I want to go with my website. And it isn't all going to be just content creation in terms of my vlogs and opinions in this channel. I'm expanding a little bit, I guess, because I want to diversify not only what I do as a content creator. I kind of like learning all of this shit and practicing it and trying it out and seeing what works and what doesn't. And some things work, some things don't. I'm not the greatest musician. I'm not the greatest artist. I'm not the greatest commentator. I'm not the greatest YouTuber. I'm just fucking doing what I like. And some of you like it, so I'll keep doing it. Whatever I'm successful at, pretty much. Same thing happened with photography. I found out I was good at it. I'm still good at it. But I've moved on. I want to be good at other things. I want to have multiple skills. I want to be able to have multiple incomes and streams and shit. But anyways, I'm getting off on a tangent. That's my plan for ScottTheTruckDriver.com. All right. I think that's it for this video. I've gone long enough. So for those of you who won't be participating in my podcast or listening to the replay later, also, I'll be sending audio versions of that out as per usual so that you can listen on the go, because it is long. It's like a couple hours usually. And but I hope to see you there on DLIVE. And have a nice motherfucking day. And I feel like Susan and Cuomo should get together somehow. I don't know. I feel like they're working together kind of already. They should probably just fucking join together and take over the world, because I think that's what's going to happen. I think they got a head start. And fucking Cuomo. I didn't even watch today. I'm behind 2 fucking Cuomo videos, because Cuomo is a piece of shit and he's fucking destroying New York, and I hope he goes outside in the dead of winter while it's 10 below zero and fucks himself over and over again.